Okay, let's see. Does this thing work? Is this thing on? Tap, tap. Oh, yeah, there it is. Good morning, everybody. Trying to be slightly quieter today just because my guest room is adjacent to the office and my brother is in there sleeping still. But, brunch must go on. So we're doing it anyway. Dan, good luck with that half. I don't know. Are you? I'm assuming you're not doing it as part of something, and you're just doing the run itself, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be wasting time updating us. I did a lot of that during COVID, running crazy distances. But now that COVID is over, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to it. It's so much. But more power to you, man. Good luck. Uh, as As always, my multi-stream chat does not seem to be working because it hates me, but that's okay. I've got both up. That's the nice thing about having 3 screens now. Poverty Patrol. Oh man, Poverty Patrol is a stupid hard event. I don't even know why it's running today. It shouldn't be running today at all. Normally those events run on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we had one yesterday. So I'm not even sure why we got Pretty Patrol. No, Phil did not message me yet today, though Shadow did. He did not get a good roll. I did not get a good roll this morning either. Snorlax, though, apparently with Relic Delta, these events will have relic levels, and supposedly it will make them easier, but that depends on what level they choose to do. Are they? All right, I'll take it. I need those materials, so I'm gonna take it no matter what. I'm completely fine with it. Normally we don't get any type of bonus thing for the anniversary itself, but hey, more power to the game. With Relic Delta, it completely changes so many things in terms of the economy that who knows, maybe it doesn't matter to them. But my hint to you with Protea Patrol is to just throw it on auto. I have found that throwing it on auto, the computer for some reason knows how to play the team better than we know how to play the team. I'm gonna stall for a second, and I'm gonna run my TB bot for the guild. Filter, notify, true. So that's gonna bounce my game, and that's okay. We do have a lot going on today. We have the raid. I did the crappy raid run, though. I did the stupid one last night, and I actually got it in one try, which is super cool. Oh, good. That posted. And we have Rise of the Empire, and I don't know what it is, but we have had like 40,000 different roster reviews come in the last week. So we're just trying to get through those as much as possible. Let's see how my guild is even doing in Rise of the Empire. It is 9:30, right? All right, let's check it out. We are at 730 minus 671. We need 59 there. I can easily make up a decent amount of that. Vandor is plus 730 minus 441. So that's 348. We need 348. We have 325 in reserve. That's actually okay. That's not too bad. Did I get Vint to do it? Good morning, Cuzzy. No, I did it myself. I was playing a game with my brother all night, and then I went to lay down, and my wife was already sleeping. So I said, "Let me get the bad raid run done," and I did, and it was done nice and quick. And M3, I already took my vitamin D, so thank you, man. I remembered today. All right, let's see. We got to get through this. Does it still say anniversary for us on my thing? It shouldn't. Our anniversary was a month ago. Do I need to change that? But still, I appreciate it. We celebrated a month ago. It's 6 years together. Is anyone joining us for brunch? No, today is not a guest brunch unless V wants to join. Guest brunch is the last. Guest brunch is the last brunch of the month. Actually, I guess next week technically is the brunch that I tend to look for somebody, like a content creator, to come in and play with us. And just like that, Fat Phil came in with his fuck you today. He got 10 keypads and 5 droid brains. So anyone wondering how that was gonna go? There we go. Let's see. Nice, we got one of them. I'm doing good today. Today's an interesting day because we got football, so I'm super excited about football. We have a new dining room table coming. but we haven't sold our old dining room table yet. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know where to put that. I don't know where to put that table. If anyone in North Jersey needs an old IKEA table, an old IKEA dining table, then they are welcome to it. Oh, I should have used the other guy first. I forgot that he's a thing. That's a problem. I forgot about the healer. That's gonna suck real bad. Oh, I fucked this up real bad. Do you know how many people are terrible at split deploying? There are so many. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is a loss. And this is totally my fault, this loss. I should have called the healer first, and that was just dumb of me. Like, severely, severely, severely dumb of me. Fuck. What is my favorite game mode? I don't know. Not playing. My favorite game mode is talking to people. That's what it is. Like, I do this because I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy communicating with people. The game itself is trivial. I don't give a shit about it myself. Oh, man. That really annoys me that I screwed that up so badly. I was thinking last week, I know Xander, you'll enjoy this. I'm thinking I want to get Moonborn to do a full intro video in the style of like Saturday morning cartoons that's only used for brunch. Partial deploying is just something you do if you have multiple planets that need to be done. So like if I tell people I want them to lock deploys at 360, instead of deploying 10 million and getting to like 365, you deploy 5 million GP and you put the next thing, the rest at the next planet. And the reason why officers top off that way is because they are accounting for combats. So if you go over a goal on a planet, those combats can no longer be accounted for. And that kind of means that you've wasted GP potential. Now, does it matter in a lot of cases? No, it doesn't. It depends on your guild and how hard-assed their particular plan is for TB. Yeah, well, and Bodhi, I am always a little below too when I do things, because you're right, people are dumb, and sometimes people just deploy to the wrong planet for no reason. And that's the worst. Like when people deploy to Zepho, and Zepho doesn't need any deploys, we can get that fully from combat missions. Say, all right, well, that's a waste. $30 million is so much. I cannot wait. Honestly, look, Relic Delta, I don't give a shit about either way. But I cannot wait until the economy changes, because the economy changes are going to allow me to get more R9 teams to be able to make day 6 a little bit more interesting in TV. You know what? When you're at that level, when you're in an almost 700 million guild, it is so hard to find people that it's small things are not worth kicking people over. You can't. Otherwise, you got a dead guild. It's just, you got to decide what things are. No, you have to decide what things are worth kicking over and what things are not. Oh my god. That's why, Bodhi, I have an international officer. Moonborn is our international officer, and his only job is to change tags overnight. He doesn't have any other duties. His only job is to change the tags at night. See, I'm afraid that if I blocked deploys that way, like how we do with TW, that people would just not deploy and it would confuse the hell out of them. But I do a first, next, last system. And that way people know where to deploy even if the tags are not updated. And I do think it's effective, but not everybody reads. Not everybody knows how to read. So inspiration. Da da ba ba ba. There you go, Dan. Fucking killing it, man. One day we'll run a half marathon together, dude. Okay, let's see. Actually, I'm a little nervous about those battles. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we're at 50 of 50 now. We are 50 strong. You know, will more people quit later? Maybe. I hope not. We are right now at 50 of 50. We are going to get a free calendar that's going to give enough R10 materials to upgrade an R9 to R10. Yes. And I'm going to tell you that right now on Discord, there is a poll, and I will abide by that poll as to who my first Relic 10 is. And there are some options that I would be not okay with, and there are some options that I would be okay with. Yeah. Well, you don't have to upgrade that guy. Right? You don't have to upgrade the guy that you have at R9. You can choose to go for another guy later on. JML is on that list. And JML I don't even have at R9, but I still put him on the list. If we're talking about characters who are a decent pick for R10, Ezra is a very decent pick for R10. You know, Ezra is a great pick. Leia is a great pick. I know that technically we don't know if R10 will change speeds, but it's likely that R10 will change speeds. So Darth Revan is a great pick for fleets, just to make your life easier. Luke is a great pick, even though some people kind of are not understanding how the relic delta on him works, which does kind of devalue it slightly. But here's my thought. I don't particularly think that R10 is going to fundamentally change your roster on a one character basis. And I think that people should just have fun with their R10 pick. My thought is do something that you enjoy with your R10 pick. And that's why we're doing the poll. Just to have a little bit of fun with it. I saw inspiration. Darth Vader it is. Listen, if Ig12 is a favorite character of yours, it's not my pick for an R10, but like, if it's a favorite character, do it. I mean, as far as the poll goes, mine might be R10. Mine might be Cup. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's gonna either be Marin or Jar Jar. So two things that I'm totally fine with. There's Shadow. There he is. Well, Xander, here's the thing. I actually thought it would be funny to do R10 JML and completely bypass R9. And I know that technically I'd have to R9 him, right, in order to do it. But to just not even ever use him at R9. And if JML wins, I'm gonna have to update that tail. Oh, I gotta get to this ult. Bane might be a crazy good R10, but you know, the reality is that Bane functions really well at R8 and R9, and I just don't think he's gonna be needed at R10. All right, now we have our ult. In my opinion, the best thing to R10 if you want like bang for your buck is do something that you can put on defense. I have indeed gone back to farming Kairos, but I'm curious, Bodhi, have you been refreshing that energy? Because I have not. I have decided to stay away from refreshing normal energy. They have less than 75% turn meter. Health up or health down. Let's take out this enforcer. We're gonna play this manually until these guys die. Malgus and Malik. Some inspiration. Da, da, da. Oh my God, Knight. I came up with an idea for that like 2 years ago. And I was like, guys, it's so annoying to upgrade things one at a time. And everybody on Reddit was like, look at Mr. First World Problem over here with his doing more than one relic level at a time. And I was like, okay, I thought that people generally saved their materials until they could do multiple, but fine. You could be nasty about it. All right, we are going to auto basic now. Let's see. No, he would go right to R10, Xander. I know that you said that. I know that you put that on there. But he would go if JML wins that poll, he is going right to R10. Are we gonna get R10 tier era battles? I mean, that's very possible. My white privilege. I'm not from Chicago. Jabba knows what's up is what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know, but I heard it was for the anniversary. I'm gonna be right back. I just want to grab some water. I didn't want to turn on my coffee machine this morning and wake up my brother. There we go. Almost there. Only 50% to go. 69 people watching on YouTube. Yes, and 78 total. Good morning, Lady Geek. And I bet that not everybody watching on YouTube has liked, commented, or subscribed. I'm telling you, man, it worked. I hate that it worked. I really hate that it worked. I've always hated that stupid like button, like, comment, subscribe shit. But in 48 hours, that one video where I was like, hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, it has over 150 people did on that video alone. And it just kind of annoys me that people who do watch my content like forget to do that, I guess. I don't know. So don't forget to. Wake up all early. I need a Relic 10 all button. Relic 10 all button. Okay. I don't want to sell out. I don't think it's selling out for me to remind people to say that, but you know, I do try to be 100% me. I saw Nomad. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. I will right after brunch. I woke up, I had like 40 DMs, and I tried to get through as many of them as I could. So, Grax, I actually think that that is probably part of the reason, is it just shows up in your feed and you forget. The YouTube algorithm is pretty good in that way, right? Where if I don't subscribe to something, I'll still see those videos constantly if I watched one. But it does help. There you go, Cybex, and I've seen you before, right? Like, that was insane to me. I was like, what? We're not gonna do it every video, though. Oh, I actually find it interesting when people use the downvote button on something. Bodhi, you don't get a lot of them. I'd say like 1 or 2 for every video, and it just don't watch the video, I guess. I don't know. But I agree with reading 6 kits in a row, and that's why Pico and I did not read 6 kits in a row. You know, we were like, we're not doing this. This is ridiculous. We'll talk about them a little, but I'm not doing that. We'll touch on those other kits as they actually become available in the game. See, there you go. There's another reminder that went out. No, but the reason, so the number, right, when we talk about like subs, then the number itself doesn't matter. I don't particularly care about that, but the reason that the number matters slightly is that if you're subbed, a new video will go into your feed. And if more people are seeing it in their feed and deciding to watch the video early, it affects the algorithm, right? So if everybody goes and watches a video right after they see it in their feed, YouTube says, hey, this video is worth promoting. Siver, I agree. And we mentioned that on Zeta Protocol, and I had talked about a way to combat that. And the way to combat that is allowing them to be in game, but not actually having their kit in game yet with the data mine. So you can still like rotate the character and be like, oh wow, this is the character, but each of their abilities will just say coming soon or something. Why don't I just R9 my Hut Cartel? I would love to R9 my Hut Cartel, but you know, resources are slim. We are going to see a lot more R9s on this account once the economy changes because of all of the stuff coming from those economy changes. All right, we're going to try to do... So I am going to start adding a lot more of... See, there we go. I'm going to start adding a lot more teams to... Oh, no, that's bad. R9 teams to what I do so that we can make this day of TB... Who the fuck? Oh, there he is. So we can make this day of TB a little bit more interesting. Well, when it comes to the kit navigation, to me, I want, personally... I want it to feel like it flows nicely. And I think that that is the problem, is that it does not feel like it flows nicely. Tarkin fucking blows here. Oh my god. Okay. R9 someone ASAP. That's some disgusting ass shit, Shadow. I will we can look. I have the materials. But you're doing me dirty here, man, because remember, in 3 days, R9ing something becomes cheaper. My thought is to just auto basic this for a while. That's so listen, Shadow, this is my thought. Don't do me dirty here, right? You want me to R9 something? I'm willing to put in some work to R9 some shit. But it is the 16th. And in 2 days, R9ing something becomes cheaper. I already have an R9 Hoth Rebel Trooper. It becomes much cheaper for me in 2 days because I don't have to spend as much signal data. So I want you to think on that for a second. Do you want Goat to be smart with his materials or not as smart with the materials? If Tarkin dies on Dathomir, he keeps his stacks. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I don't use him on Dathomir, obviously. Like, I am going to go on an R9 spree in 2 days. I have several characters that I want R9. Gets to pick the R10. Man, getting to pick my free R10 would be an expensive proposition. Plus, Shadow is a smart guy. Sometimes Goat needs to get drunk and an R10 Lobot. Shadow's a smart guy who always looks out for me. He wouldn't do me dirty like that. I feel like, see, I think like 12 stacks is not enough, right? I have a feeling that it's not enough. Well, Xander, you have until that calendar completes its cycle to an R10 to change people's minds on that poll. All right, we're going to just do 15 stacks, and we're going to see if this is enough. R10 Hoda. I have an R8 Hoda. It's probably not enough at all. It didn't even do shit. What is this? Apparently you need way more stacks than that. Okay, get fucked. That is some get fucked level material. I don't know who else to put in this team. I don't think it actually matters. So Kimmy, yeah, I think your first R19, I think your first R9 character should be for fun. And that's why I'm doing the poll. Is because I want it to be I want it to be for fun. I want it to be silly. I want it to be about the community. I have an R8. Yes, I have an R8 Hoda 4 platoons. Who is on my R9 list for after the update? I would like to R9 Lord Vader. I would really like to be able to do the mission with Lord Vader instead of Tarkin because Tarkin sucks. I would like to finish an R9 pirate team so that I can use Hondo on these missions. I would like to have an R9 Inquisitors team because the Inquisitors slap in TB. And that to me is like this beautiful, beautiful thing. I should probably start hitting this with my pirates, huh? There we go. I will definitely R9 my Ahsoka team once I've done all of these. It's all going to be about teams that are really good in TB, but who are also really good in GAC. Bodhi, actually, funny enough, I think I'm in the same boat as you. If I win tonight's GAC, I think it puts me in a position where I stay in K1 regardless of how I do next week. It doesn't look like it looks like a pretty even match for me tonight. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably lose because of that. Shadow Man, listen, I know Queen is your OG, and that is like, that's the whole point. Have fun with it. Do the lover boys too. For no reason, just because. There we go. Is R10 Ahsoka just maximizing her timer mastery stat? Yeah, I mean, to some extent, it's gonna... I think that an R10 Ahsoka will make me using C against it very scary. Like, very, very scary. And I use... If there's no Ezra, I use C against Ahsoka pretty much every time. And it comes down to like 12 seconds left every single time. That's because people don't know how to fight Maz yet. JML beats Maz very nicely. And I will shout out to moderately attractive Vexy for providing me with that information. I'm also going to shout out that between the two platforms, we have hit an all-time high brunch viewership of 101. So nice job, guys. My Glat is not super well modded right now. I don't have enough trust in her yet. Or my Great Mother's, not my Glat. If I'm doing R10 Queen, the bros will be shortly after. And that's the way to do it. I think that people are going to be pleasantly surprised. Not with R10. R10 is going to be hard to get. But with the other stuff, getting to R8, not going to be terrible. Getting to R9, I think it's going to be like what R9, like what R8 is now. Break out the Slave Leah cosplay. Okay. Just here for the eye candy. Who's that? Snoopy in the background? Alright, let's see if this works. Sometimes it does. Is Luthen better with Saw or MM? Everybody puts Luthen with Saw. I personally have always put Luthen with Mon Mothma, and it almost always gets me a hold. Now, granted, I also have, I think, the Rolocron on them. But people underestimate it. And it gets me holds because of it. All right, let's see if this works. Yep, it's probably not working today. I have an R9 mommy. Mommy Mothma is R9 because of platoons. I don't think I have enough tunes for this to work. Not gonna refresh my move fast enough. Yeah, no. That sucks. See? People go into that match, Cybex, and they go, oh, this is not gonna be that hard. And it shits on people real nicely. All right, let's check out what our stats look like for Rise this time. We are at 730 minus 681. So we need 49 there. Plus 730 minus 523. So we need 256. We are getting close. But I am going to lock this down now. Just to be safe. All right, we have to get into the raid. It is raid time. What time is it now? It is 49 minutes. I don't really use a pirate team. We have to go to hot utils. So let's load up the hot utils. Let's just burn through these this morning. Morning, Brad. Oh my God. Data fetched. We're going to kick ourselves out of the game, get this raid done. And by the way, for those of you not holding currency from the raid, definitely hold currency from the raid. You can spend your MK3, of course, because that doesn't matter. But your MK2 and your MK1, I would 100% be saving that for the raid change in 2 days. I'm going to have so many carbonate circuit boards. It's not even funny. It's going to be beautiful. All right, we have updated. Let's load our clones. So, inspiration. Yeah, I'm sitting right at the top of what I can have. Well, you know, I remember a couple of things. People have criticized the MK2 to MK3 shift for the G12 thing. Remember that relic materials were always available for MK2, but it was just such a shitty conversion rate that nobody bothered. But also remember that there is going to be a new era shipment store, and that era shipment store is supposed to give gear for your legacy roster. So that means that there is a possibility that you are going to be able to get MK12 gear from the era store. Right? That's just something to keep in mind. It's also, if it doesn't do that, my thought is it might have people get new relics slower. But I think that you'll be able to upgrade to your higher relics more consistently and faster. Well, era level 90 is you need higher level marquees for that. The subsequence. Yeah, my value videos, they're such a pain in the ass. They take so much time and effort. There we go. What, do you have to be bald to run? Running bald man? Is that what you're saying? Are you telling DT that he can't run because he's not bald? Oh, I thought you meant era 60. But you said, or era 90, not 60. I think that it's overall a positive, like the entire community is going to benefit from the economy change. And I think that a lot of what Relic Delta is here for has to do with things outside of the right now. Oh, I didn't even... Honestly, I didn't even see that there was rewards for total era level. So that is actually kind of neat. I didn't even notice that. So Shiz, thank you. Okay, we can do this one now. Oh my, oh wait, actually I don't care. I got all excited. All right, I got all scared and I realized that I don't care that the first Jedi dies. Yeah. Go. I think we're in good shape. My 3-man R9 Clo team, I can't save Jedi until all my turn meter is depleted every time. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait until all of the turn meter is depleted, and then you do the save so that you end up in the next round with more turn meter. I would love to have an R9 Brutus and be able to do this at the full 3.6. It's just not a priority for me because we already max box and my guild is already, and I'm already hitting max personal box, so it doesn't matter. And I kind of like to see this. Get my 2.8 million and walk away. Load up hot utils again. Yeah, either one of them would be fine. It's just not a priority for me to do. Let's do Bad Batch next. So I've played with that trio, and I know it can be done, but I also know that there's a lot of RNG to it. And because I don't need it, I don't really care to play with the RNG at all. Ani, hitting the first couple times you hit 9 stars on day 2 is really stressful because you need such a high CM count. But with every single event after that where you get more GP as a guild, it gets so much easier and so much nicer. We are at a point where day 1 and day 2 are just like these super easy, like relaxed days, and I'm here for that. Like that comes in clutch, especially during Hell Week. Hey, Snorquest, thank you. I always love a good Prime sub. When people can support without actually having to spend their money, and the big billionaire corporation can spend it instead, I appreciate it. Especially on Twitch, apparently there's like this whole thing where you can get more emojis if you hit a certain threshold of like number of active accounts lifetime, and I don't know, it's a whole thing. You know who I've never successfully used in this raid is Jedi Master Mace Windu. He's not modded well yet, so like I just haven't felt the need to bother. And look at that, Asher, I appreciate it. I do. And we gotta see how easy it is to get a hype train. Some beautiful shit. You go next. Yes, you go next, so I can do this. My mace is not well modded. That's why. I know that I've done the mace. I've done the mace run on other people's accounts. I've done the mace run on like 4 different accounts. And it's super easy when it's modded well. Mine is not modded well. Oh, I don't like this. We're only 2 away. We might make it still work. Nope, we did not. That's annoying. I'm like your stepdad with Captain quitting. I feel like it was a very sad day when Captain quit. I enjoyed listening to him in the morning before work. Before work, I'd pop into his stream and do like a little workout, and I felt like him talking in my ear was like this wonderful, magical thing. And he said, hey, I'm going to still be active on Discord during this. And he lied. Dude, how many fucking gifts up? Dude. Link, man, you know I love you. It's too much, man, but I love you. I will dedicate that R9 to you on Tuesday. When the economy changes and it makes sense for me to do that. Why did Cap quit? I think from what I understand. See, and now you got me all confused and pressing the wrong buttons, and now Wrecker's gonna die. Let's see if I can still do it. So from what I understand is that Cap kind of felt like now that he wasn't the underdog anymore, that the game was no longer interesting, which I can certainly understand. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I don't know the validity to that, but that's what I was kind of told. Yes, there we go. It's not every day we get hype trains on Twitch. It's kind of cool. Captain disappointing. You can just tag him, be like, "Hey, Cap, we are disappointed in you." He will maybe respond. I don't know. Do I think that with Delta, JML might be able to actually do something at R9 tier for ROTE? Really, at the R9 tier of ROTE, he it's going to be against R9 enemies, so Relic Delta is not going to change that matchup. That's not every day that happens. I was wondering last time we discussed a written TB. I know. It's not about not wanting to do it, AF1. It's all about time. It's 100% about time. I have found my time to be at such a crazy premium lately. Have I faced Bones and Gak? I would beat Bones and Gak easily. GAC, 100%. As far as I'm concerned, I am the best GAC player in the Three Scoundrels right now. My GAC rank right now is higher than Fat Phil's GAC rank. And I believe Avant is in K1, but my rank is higher than his in K1. Man, but during the holiday season, I also have to work on Gungi's stuff. I don't do alt accounts. I never do alt accounts. I will not be doing a new alt account. I don't have an alt account. Egnards is a one and done kind of guy when it comes to accounts. Always has been, always will be. All right, we have one more team to run. We're just loading the hot utils. Well, I mean, we have the TB library on Discord, and people use that TB library all the time. It is basically a written guide. It's just not an exact formula. It's, hey, this is what has worked for people. It is a weird flex, I know, but load my Keller and Beck team. I don't understand alt accounts in any game. I cannot leverage the time to be able to do that. I do listen, I get it when content creators do it because they want to produce content. I understand that, but a lot of the content creators in this game, they work from home. I don't. So they are able to more freely put out content like that. I can't. I would prefer to focus on the one account that I have and go from there. All right, we have the last team coming up. Here it is. Oh my God, Eve Online. That brings back. I mean, it doesn't bring back memories. I was not somebody that played Eve religiously, but it brings back memories of that being such a huge deal. I played O Game, which was like Eve Online, but text-based. Right, but Conwar, like, I'm not telling you you can't have an alt account. I'm just telling you that I don't understand them. I played tons of MMO games. I could never get behind alt accounts, even though like everybody was using alts. Fuck you. Fuck you. There we go. Oh my God. Old game was such a thing, man. I'm so glad someone else played it. And I remembered I used to set my fleets and time my fleets religiously. And then one day I went on a vacation with my girlfriend at the time, and I put the game in vacation mode so that I could like enjoy the vacation. And it was so nice that I was like, I need to stop playing this game. Like, this is terrible. O game was, and I played a lot of games like that. There was like a medieval one too that I played. Of course, the one guy I need to not deflect it is the one who deflects it. You cannot save a lightspeed token for a character. The lightspeed tokens are only viable for the characters that were usable at their release. And I think they only stay around for 6 months anyway. So you will not be able to use that lightspeed token on the new Asajj. All right, we're going to load this up one more time. Travian sounds familiar. I probably played that one. We're going to switch my mods back so I don't forget. We're going to take a very, very, very short break so that I can get some more water. And then we have roster reviews. Repolis sounds familiar too. I played a lot of these, and I played one that was like Age of Empires also. And then we usually play those city builder games when we do our charity streams for the end of the year, because the city builders pay out the nicest. And if we're going to play a shitty game, we might as well get a lot of money for charity. All right, we have just hit our base loadout. Very nice. Game is going to reload. Again, I'm going to step out for just 2 minutes. And then we can play the roster review song and get this party started. Okay. Yeah, the song, by the way, which was produced by our none other than Moonborn, is called Pizza and Porn. Oh, goodness. We have a ton of reviews right now. I have never seen a review line this long. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 reviews in the queue right now. I've never had more than 10. I try to get through them as fast as possible, so it makes me anxious. So we're going to get through them. We have some premium reviews as well. Yeah, you heard me. Pizza and Porn. That is the name of the song. So let's play the review song and go from there.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
Okay, let's see. Now I have multiple browser windows open, so let's see if I saved the correct one. I did. Excellent. You heard me. The song is called... Oh, that song? That song is called Roster Reviews, but the elevator music is called Pizza and Porn. All right, so let's get through this. Let's see. We've got Snorlax up first. Let's see. I actually reversed these. It should be Sonics up first, but it's okay because we're going to get both of them done anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're at 117. Snorlax, background info. I am a Lightspeed Bundle player. My main goal over anything is to climb in GAC and be in a guild that wants to progress like me. I also am very keen in getting up teams that pay dividends, like who have assault battles or ones like Jedi Calcestis, who can get me to a better guild. Also, if you could ping me up, you're already here, so I don't even need to ping you. So I can hop on stream would be great. If not, all right. if I'm not already online chatting. Okay. What the top 20 of your fleet arena looks like? 2 profundity, some negotiators, endurance. Are you coordinating? Nope. Haven't had a need to do this and get first place consistently every day unless I'm busy with work. Our assault battles look like Shadow, man. Thank you for all of your love. Get to sleep, dude. It's 6 in the morning for you, and you've been up this entire night. Go nap or something. But you have a great weekend too. And also, let's ride. Broncos are playing today against Kansas City. It's important. Our assault battles, they look like they're all at least CT1, which is nice. Some of them might be able to be shored up, and we'll take a look at that. Finishing up getting Leia on alt, and we'll proceed to get Jedi Knight Cal and Zephyr ready, then pivot into SOKR while working on my Revan teams to get more Haven teams, as well as GM, who I have at subpar levels, which I hope to slowly fix. 90% set on my farms due to Jedi Knight Cal Kestis being a guild farm and me being so close to finishing SOKR. Okay, it's not that bad. While working on my Revan, it's about an 80-20 split, leaning towards efficiency. That's right, Shadow. That's what we're talking about. Are there any favorite characters? No, I do like some characters, but it won't affect when I would farm a character, as I farm for efficiency and their usefulness. Just got Proving Ground, so 0 on everyone. All right, so you're probably around like 4 million, right? I know it's on my screen, but I haven't looked at it yet. 5.8 million. So I'm assuming some Lightspeed bundles came out pretty recently, and that jumped your viability. Looking for some advice, as well as with regards to what team should I build up for GAC as they progress. As the further I climb, the more teams I will need. All right, let's take a look. Now, first of all, I want to take a look at some of these assault battles just to see if there are any that we can kind of push up here. But based on what I'm seeing, probably not. Forest Moon, Places of Power. Places of Power, I said this last week. CT2 of Places of Power you can probably do with Palp, Nihilus, Vader, honestly, Bastilla, and Malgus. Now, obviously, your Nihilus is not G12, so it may not make sense for you to do right now. SLKR will get you to CT3, but without DS Ray, it is going to be a long slog of having to do that every time. It can't be done at 3-star with SLKR before you get her. Military Might looks fine. Duel of the Fates, R7. You know my feelings on Duel of the Fates. I say it pretty much every stream that it is definitely an R9 viable thing for resources, but being that you're at 6 million, is it important to do right now? Not necessarily. Forest Moons at CT3. All right, Rebel Roundup looks fine. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here. Our tools, gear tracker. We're pretty close to SOKR. Leia, you're working on the alt, though you may have gotten the alt in the time since we've done this. Working on Cal right now, which is fine. Jedi Knight Luke, I want to see. Okay. I've said this to people before. This is very important. I'll use all of your get one on Hermit Yoda. Just you need Jedi Knight Luke, especially if you want to be viable in GAC. All of the things that having Jedi Knight Luke unlocks for you is very important. So make sure that all of your get currency, make sure that all of your get currency is going to getting Hermit Yoda as soon as possible. That's going to be very, very important. I want to see have profundity. Okay. You obviously don't have oh, you do have Malgus. Nice. But your Fury class is probably at 0 stars or 0 shards right now, right? I'm assuming. have Leia profundities where it needs to be. Let's take a look at this. Pivot into SOKR while working on my Revan teams to get more. Have teams as well as GM. Little LSP action, yeah. Okay, so let me see, what division are you in? You are in Bronzium right now, so that's not that bad. And having profundity is really, really nice. That's great. That's fine. Yes, you are going to find yourself in a position where you are hurting for teams because of GAC and needing a certain amount of teams. But because you're still in Bronzium, you have some time. I think that you are in this really, I've said this before, I say this all the time, I need to like almost just have a pre-recording of this. You're in an interesting part in the game where there's just a lot of overlap on a lot of different farms, and they are going to provide you with multiple teams as well. I'd be working towards getting Hermit Yoda as soon as possible while you're working on, I'm assuming Leia's ult is done because this was a week ago. Yeah, so you have Leia's ult. While you're working on Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, while you're working on finishing up SLKR, I would make sure that I'm working towards Jedi Knight Luke because I would be going towards Jabba. Jabba is an amazing farm. I know right now with Wampa, which is going away in a week, he's not really defensively viable. But modding-wise, great character. Rebel Roundup will get you to CT3 of Rebel Roundup. GAC, I personally now, I use Jabba for deleting Balin teams, and Balin teams can be really annoying. Where you are in GAC, you will find plenty of viability for that Jabba team without having to worry about it at all. In terms of like one-off teams that are really nice to get, your Treya team is a great skeleton key for GAC. So if you were to get Treya, Nihilus, Palpatine, Savage, and the tank doesn't matter as much. I personally use Sith Empire Trooper because he's up higher for Leviathan. So you don't even need to farm Maul, Scion. It is a great team that you'll find infinitely useful even at Bronzium. And it's a fairly cheap team to build compared to newer teams. So I definitely make sure that I was working towards that. I mean, you might get a Treya Lightspeed bundle, but when I give advice, I can't give advice based off of the possibility of there being bundles because, you know, you never know. There could be one this week. There could be one in 6 months. But it's really a good one. Dan, man, you're a beast. Do it, dude. Get it, lady. But it's definitely a really solid early viability team. Like a year ago, and we already have the anniversary update, so if it isn't coming out in the anniversary, maybe we'll get it for the holiday, but we don't know. We don't have that information. Where are you Phoenix at? Okay, so you have a decent Phoenix team with Captain Rex and Egg Draws infographic. We'll try to get to egg draws. I know we like egg draws. Let's see. I would definitely bring up Grand Inquisitor 100%. Like, your Inquisitors right now suck. Inquisitors are like a C team. Inquisitors with Grand Inquisitor are like a B+ team. Right? So with relicking and gearing one character, you will transform your Inquisitors team into being a pretty solid team. CLS. Not really much on the new stuff. Let's go back over here. Okay. See, here's what you're going to do. Your Leia is done. You're doing Jedi Knight Cal Kestis right now. Right now, what you're doing with Cal Kestis is you are shard farming still. And I would shard farm that maybe 10 battles a day, except on Marin. Except on Marin and Saw. Marin and Saw probably only need 5 battles a day. 10 on Seer and Tarful, fine. That will get you Jedi Knight Cal in not too terrible an amount of time. Finish Kylo while you're doing that, because this is primarily relicking. So the 2 farms can be done in tandem. You don't really have to worry about doing one and then the other one. I would definitely finish Executor 100%. I know that it gets beat out by Rogue One now, but it doesn't matter. The best time to have a new fleet is when you don't need it, because then you don't have to 7-star it. And even if it's not getting a ton of use, you will be building it up really, really nicely. On top of getting Executor, that's buying you time to get Hermit Yoda, because all of your get should be going towards Hermit Yoda right now. All of it should be going towards Hermit Yoda. You should be getting Jedi Knight Luke, and you should 100% go for Jabba. 100% go for Jabba. You plan to use the token on Palpatine, then go in for SLKR. When is that? Let's see. 10th anniversary. Swaga. How long are you going to be waiting is the question. Oh, not that bad. So that's close. Okay. So this is going to be in December. So that's fine. Waiting that long is fine. I would definitely be going towards Jabba at that point, because Jabba is going to give you a great team. It's going to give you a resource team. It's going to give you a modding team. So it doesn't make sense not to go for that. At that point, I think you're looking at, you're a Lightspeed bundle guy. You've probably spent a decent amount. I would say you're maybe looking at like 4 months to do all of that. A normal person, probably 6 to 7 months. But once you've done all of that, you have more options. I am really a strong proponent of going after Jedi Master Luke anytime you have farmed Jabba. And what this does is it also gives you some time to work towards those, the Revens that you're working towards right now, so that you can, in 7 to 8 months, maybe consider, hey, it's time to start going for Leviathan. But I think that that's definitely the isolation that you need to look for, is finish Grand Inquisitor so that you have a useful team there. Do the Treya team, because the Treya team is literally a delete button. Finish Kylo, finish Executor, finish Jabba. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis happens towards that. Your Revens are background characters right now. Work on them in the background, because at the end of all of that, it's time to start saying, is it worth it to go for Leviathan at this point? And the answer might be yes. The answer might be no. How important is Jedi Knight Revan if you have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis and could also do Jedi Master Luke? Revan is an important character on that team. Can the team work without Revan? Sure. But Revan's mark is infinitely valuable. Revan also has a mass dispel, and Revan has a mass attack. And Revan also has it's not a revive, but like a one-time save, as long as it's not against Revan, because you're not using Jedi Master Luke there. So it is a very, very, very useful team. Snorlax, did I answer the questions that you have, hopefully? Yeah, it should put him in that right time period. Shiz. And a turn meter pass with that mass dispel. There's just a lot going on with that team. All right. Perfect. And I'm always around. And we have our sweet little members chat too. And there's all of the smart people in our sweet little members chat. And you can ask questions of very smart people there. Let's move on to Sonics. Let's see. We've got Sonics 134. Let's say 134. I don't know if I saw him here. I'm not 100% sure. Well, back in the day, DRX, he was heavy damage. People modded him for like damage. Now, not so much. All right, we're at 134. We got xSonix, Fleet Shard, Leviathan, first place every day, AB, Legacy, all CT3, Duel of the Fates R7, Pretty Patrol R7, Coven of Shadows. I didn't even know what that one was called. Oh, right. You know what? DRX, when people have two different names, I get confused. It's like Shadow. Shadow is Dark Link, is Delta Defender, and I get confused. Current farms, Pirate King, Hondo Anaka, JMK. I will talk about it more. I'm assuming you're getting those bundles, but I don't think there's a date on the bundles yet. I will have 2 other GLs and Balin to finish. Sorry, Egg. I hate Jar Jar. Look, I tell everybody Jar Jar's not worth farming. I get it. I understand. It's fine. Mine will be R9 / maybe R10 in the near future, but it's not for everybody. Fun versus efficiency. Of course, they have many tunes. They want to take high relics, but since Raid, Relic Delta, and the more and more R9 events and still remaining requirements, I need to be careful with them. Although I have plenty of relic scrap hoarded, but just not enough to spend it waiting. But just not spend it waiting for the opportunity. The ones I would like to get just for fun is R10C, my favorite character, but I know he's not that good anymore. Look, I'm gonna say it. I said it before. If you weren't there before, I think that the free R10 that we all get, there's a date on the bundles. What's the date on the JMK bundles? Because somebody told me there was no date on it. The free R10, R9 to R10 upgrade everyone is getting, use it on something fun. Use it on something silly. Use it on something you're going to enjoy. So fuck it, man. Do R10. I don't care. I just have fun with it. It's a free R10. It's not going to fundamentally change things. I would like to see also your recommendation on who should I give these new Lightspeed tokens. They give Zetas, so I could even apply it to high relic tunes that miss out on important ones. Again, depending on viability of these Zetas as well. Don't want to just spend it to get trash ones on tunes I never use. Another thing is when to R9 rest of 2 missing ABs or finish all GL farms before. I want to have an answer to that, especially when deciding who to farm. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't remember there being a date on the JMK bundles. Last thing, JMK bundle is coming. I'm interested in buying R5 and skipping the R7 one. That would leave me to just Relic 7 Watt, Django, and R8 Yoda. But I also am farming Hondo. What would you do in my situation? Quickly finish JMK and start Hondo again, or stick to the Pirate King? And when, where to get other ABs, Ahsoka and Balin. Okay. I'm going to say, I said this last week, and I'll say it again. I hate, and I know you didn't say this, but you kind of alluded to it. I hate the idea of start a farm, finish a farm. It's terrible advice. Do the farm that makes the most sense. And sometimes that means pivoting your farm. And a lot of people just don't understand that sometimes you need to pivot your farm. In the case of JMK and Hondo, I don't know yet because I haven't looked at your account. It's on my screen, on my right-hand screen over here. But just as a guess, You have Leviathan, all your ABs, your Peridia. I'm going to say that you're between like 11.5 and 12.5 million with your account, right? And it is 12.1. Okay, so you got a 12 million account. And I'm going to tell you right now, as your first piece of advice, that at 12 million, Duel of the Fates R9 is a non-negotiable. That should have been done 9 months ago. That is like, that needs to be done now. R9 Duel of the Fates now. Peridia Patrol. I happen to think R9 Peridia Patrol is a great investment, but I understand why people keep it at R7. I think that that is more of a personal thing to you, but the way that I see this game is that it's very important to always make the game work for you and the resource investments work for you. Don't pigeonhole yourself into like, hey, I have to actively get these things. Let the game do that. That's very important. Let's see. So what are we missing? Right? We have an account like this. It's really about what are we missing? So we have Kylo, we have Rey, we have Jedi, we have Sith, Jedi Master, Kenobi, we're missing. Good. Okay. This is not that bad. Do you know how I see my game? My eyes. Okay, calm down. Balin, I love Balin. Jedi Master Hondo. Now, with all of that said, when we're talking about JMK versus Hondo, you are very close to Hondo. Very close to Hondo. Like, so disgustingly close to Hondo. So even with the JMK bundle, finish Hondo. Because JMK will give you a good team, so will Hondo. But Hondo will give you a resource event as well. So you see more benefit from Hondo with how close you are, right? I understand you will be super close with the bundles, but we still don't have a date on those bundles. You'll need to do Watt. You'll need to do GMY. Which other one do you need to do? You'll need to do Django. So, that, I mean, it'll keep you pretty much the same in between the two, which means that I think it's more valuable to go after Hondo first over going for JMK and then do JMK after that. Now, as for the Lightspeed tokens that we're getting, nothing, Snorquest. It has to do with Relic Delta more than anything else, and we have not seen stats on it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's go through these Lightspeed tokens, shall we? Okay. Maybe if I type in Palp, because we know he's one of them. All right, so these are the Quest Chain Lightspeed tokens. Hera, obviously. Sabine, obviously. Ezra, Chopper, fine. Okay, so a Rebel Lightspeed token. Let's check out the Rebel Lightspeed token. Let's see what your Rebels look like. Saw, Ahsoka. I mean, I would do Ahsoka with your Lightspeed token here, right? Because, let's see. Do we know what level these tokens bring them to? 7 stars, Gear 13, Relic 0. Oh, that's... never mind. Unless otherwise stated, 7 stars, Gear 13, Relic Zeta, including Zetas. Okay. So Rebel Lightspeed token. Don't really need that. No, it's not that important. You have Radis, but what are my thoughts on refreshing Duel of the Fates and Pretty Patrol? Right now, I'm going to continue refreshing them, but I'm going to see. It depends. It depends on how fast my materials come into the game. Honestly. Okay. I refresh them. Okay, so for Rebels, I don't think that there's anything that is crazy on your docket. Unique. I would say probably I would just do Ahsoka to cut out all of that gearing that you'll need to do for getting Ahsoka later on. I could make a case for either Jin or K2SO just for the Zetas, right? If you're using a Radis team at all, having Jin have her unique Zeta, which I think is this Fierce Determination one. It's useful, but it's not game changing. But I think bypassing that G13 hump is not a bad thing to do. Jedi Lightspeed token. You don't need Ayla because you're buying that bundle. If you're using Mon Mothma, some people use Mon Mothma, some people don't. I do. Saw, look, people like to throw Saw in there, and Saw can do really good, right? Where is your Saw? I personally don't use him at all. Some people love him. I personally don't use him. If you're only using it for the Zetas itself, it's not a bad option, right? If you're just talking about Zetas, fine. It's wonderful. I personally use my Radis team more often, and I would want to get past the gearing hump with Fulcrum. Fulcrum is actually pretty nice on a Sir Malicos team as well with Whirlwind. I don't think there's a wrong answer there. Mon Mothma, if you're not going to really invest in that team, she's not a great team. You need to like really, really, really invest in that team to make her worth it. I don't really think any of these shit tier ones are worth it specifically. Grandmaster Yoda's already getting one. Have all these Zetas. He's only got one. That's nice. If it beat Rey Ezra, that's surprising and must have been a really not great modded one. Okay, but remember, I'm also looking at Zetas. No, it's not. I don't really use Bastilla anymore. Not having this Zeta is wild to me. Jedi Knight Anakin's. That's insane. Especially if you have the Qui-Gon Omicron. Jedi Knight Anakin's Zeta is like non-negotiable. Now, here's the thing with Barris. Barris is an Ahsoka requirement. So if you need to decide Zeta versus gearing, that's your decision to make. It will give you the Zeta on her. I never use Barris. I literally... Does it only work with her? Hold on. Am I reading that wrong? I should probably read the whole thing. Oh, okay. My bad. I was reading just this, the ability text. I should probably read the actual Zeta text, huh? That would make sense. He's got the 1 still. I don't use Barris with Rey. I don't use it at all. No, that's a clone. They're both clone things. No. I think I might use this on Mace. Is he getting his own LST? Hold on. Where does it say he's getting his own LST? I don't see it here. Why is this? Oh, there it is. Mace window LST. Why is this not coming up? Why wasn't that coming up before? Okay, so you can't do Mace. So then just do Barris then. Mace would have been a great thing, but Barris for the requirement and the Zeta, fine. I don't use Jolie at all. I stopped using Jolie so long ago. Like, Jolie never gets any use at all. I would just do Barris. Captain. Then you have an Empire one. Cure 5% health. Okay. I wish there was a tag for missing Zetas here. Joe. Veers. I have 2 thoughts here. I could make a case for Scout Trooper Zetas. Hands down. That's 2 Zetas that you don't have to worry about on Scout Trooper. Especially because you have a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. I know, but I can't go in game, Con. I can only look through the lens of .gg. Oh, you mean I get what you're saying. Like if I were to look up his ally code and do it that way. I can make a case for Scout Trooper. I'd also maybe consider the Gar Saxon. That Maul team with Maul, Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando is actually kind of nice. I don't personally use it as much as I should, but it gets put in the counters a lot. Though I think since you already have a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team and you already have the Zetas through that team, that putting the Zetas on Scout Trooper would just kind of amplify that team a little bit more. The Zetas are more. The Zetas are definitely more important than the gearing in this instance. It is a great team, but you're only getting one Zeta out of that. So you could always put that in later if you're, because Scout Trooper is useful. Droid, Lightspeed token. No, Yang. Hu Yang, man. Like, Hu Yang's got 2 Zetas on him. You need Hu Yang for Ahsoka. And Hu Yang has two Zetas. I would definitely do Hu Yang. That's going to save you so much. Screw everybody else here. Go for Hu Yang. Bounty hunters. I mean, Hu Yang's a droid. And Hu Yang will be over a year old. So Hu Yang should be in there. Hu Yang is part of the legacy era. Will Hu Yang be in there? I don't know, but Hu Yang should be in there. And Django is... Because you're not getting the Django thing. It's just bounty hunters. You have Cursitans. You have Bosch. Boba Fett has his own. You can't do Boba Fett Scion of Django. You can't do these two guys. Django has 2 Zetas. Like, I would just get the Zetas. And everything else is specific characters. Oh, wait, no. Mandalorian LST. Mandalorian. Well, you're going to get Bo-Katan from that bundle, correct? You can't do Maul because Maul is a conquest character. How far are we away from Ahsoka? My problem with Padawan Sabine is now we're getting so much further into this that I would really think it'd be nice to have Ahsoka before this Lightspeed token drops. Because we're talking about like April. And I would really like you to be further ahead on that journey before then. Don't really find him to be that useful. I think that I would do here. So the Empire Lightspeed token I've isolated for Scout, and I'm going to stand by Scout because of the 2 Zetas, and he's useful in a team you already have. But with this Lightspeed token for the Mandalorian, I'd probably do Gar Saxon because Gar Saxon is useful in that Maul team and has a Zeta as opposed to Imperial Super Commando, who doesn't have a Zeta, so it makes more sense. You're telling me, hey, you can always gear Sabine last, so great. Like, that's not a bad idea. If you gear Sabine last and Sabine is still there, do that one because the Zeta is really important. Whereas Gar Saxon is like a secondary team, a secondary character that's not necessarily as important right now. You've been told next pass as a Mando Lightspeed token. I don't know if we know that yet or not. But the pass that is in those, I don't know if those have been updated to have Zetas in them. Let's see. Yeah, those have not been updated to have Zetas in them. And it's really more about the Zeta than anything else. To answer your other questions here, 12 miles down, 1 more to go. I'm dying. You got this, Dan. You got it, dude. To answer your other questions, I think Duel of the Fates is mandatory. It should have been done 6 months ago. Peridia Patrol. Well, if it's not the free one, if it's the pay for one. Duel of the Fates is mandatory. It should have been done. Peridia Patrol, I really strongly recommend it. Coven of Shadows, you have a 7-star Padawan Sabine, so you're good with where you are right now. Pirate King Hondo is more important than JMK right now, so continue on your Pirate King Hondo while working on JMK. You still have your 2 other GLs to finish and Balin to finish. After that, I think I would really focus on Ahsoka right after JMK and Hondo, predominantly because of that Coven of Shadows event. Like, it is a beautiful event, and I really strongly recommend going for it. Once you've finished Coven of Shadows, once you've finished Ahsoka, you know, where the game is, we're talking about April, May at this point. So I think it doesn't make sense to go past that. You have most things in the game. It's about shoring up those little things. And yes, the ABs are important. Like, so incredibly important. I'm so passionate about how important those assault battles are. Did I miss anything in your questions? Anything? I know it's been quiet for a minute. Duel of the Fates should have been done yesterday. Duel of the Fates should have been done months ago. Duel of the Fates is one of the single best events in this game. Duel of Fates is beautiful. Duel of the Fates is love. Definitely get Duel of the Fates first. No questions asked. Sound good? Yes, Egg. You're so great. No, just kidding. And you know where to find me, right? I'm always around. let's go on. Let's go to Bounty Hunt because more reviews are coming in, and I'm like, fuck, how am I going to get through this? We got Bounty Hunter 1340, 20300. Let's see their account. Hey, Mr. Danny Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. I will marry it. This channel should be sponsored by. You know who should sponsor this channel? MeUndies, because I just bought a pair and they are so soft, and I am a convert. Let's see. I bought 12 pairs. I'm not gonna lie about that. I bought a lot of new boxer briefs. All right, we've got. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. Bounty Hunter 1340. Let's see if we can knock out a couple of these quick. The top 20 is mostly executors, some Leviathan, no issues on fleet, close to getting last 2 GLs. What I need help is what to do up and build after due to the lack of Zetas and Amis. I have big backlog of Conquest characters to build. Just need to know where and what teams to look at after that. Be good for GAC and TB. That should be future projects. 3 years in, my mods are my monkey on the back. I'm improved over the past year, but not there yet. But has gone up about 2.4 on mod score this year, so it is coming along. So, all right, that's good. So what I need help with is what secondary teams not related to journeys are worth the cost after GLs. What's worth the investment in higher relics, building mods, use of Zetas and Amis? With the economy maybe getting a bit better for lower and mid relics, I have a chance to improve some teams maybe. Only things in journeys I don't have is Ahsoka, Hondo, and Jar Jar due to costs of them at Kairos being issued back then and still cost of Zetas. Just saved enough for Ahsoka now, saving for Pirate King. All right. So we are taking this in the context of not talking about journeys. I'm going to say we're looking at about an 11 million account. 12.5K. Just want to get an idea of where they are with these other journeys. I don't have Ahsoka. Well, it seems like you're gonna have Ahsoka very soon, and Hondo is pretty close. Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. So we are looking at mostly non-GL, like just back end teams. So what we're gonna do is look at the back end of the roster. Taron Malicos is beautiful. Taron Malicos, and I hate the Fallen Order games. I hate them so much. But Taron Malicos is love. Taron Malicos is life. Will that change a little bit in the future once the UFU team changes a little? It might a little. But he is really a solid character, especially if you have a seer belt out. And I can only imagine that you have a seer belt out. And yes, you do. Malicos, definitely. Maul is an interesting one because Maul was mandatory for Lord Vader and now isn't mandatory for Lord Vader. And is still useful if you do the ISC, which we were just talking about, the ISC team with Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando. We will talk about the Fallen Order games after this. All right, so we're working on this. Interesting there. Thank you for joining us, Caleb. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's no we. There's no we in Egnards. Okay, want to look at... Not there yet. Gar, not there yet. Let's take a look at missing Zetas. Let's see how many Zetas we have. 259. my relic units. I definitely think Watts Zeta is super important because Watts Zeta is what gives him the 100% turn meter, right? Or I should say the bonus turn instead. And that is what makes him really viable, whether you're using him with C or whether you're using him. Well, actually, I guess you're really only using him with C, but I use it against Ahsoka. So I definitely think that this is a Zeta that is very important. Even almost 14 million, I still make use of it pretty much every GAC. The 7th, it's so interesting because I love this team. I really think that Third Sister is Relic 7 non-negotiable, by the way, as a minimum. It's crazy to me to have the leadership on 7th Sister, but not the enemy intelligence one. This one's not as important, but it is useful. It does make things really annoying for that team. But I would strongly consider the Watt Zeta. I would strongly consider the seventh Sister Zeta. Oh, did the Lightspeed bundle come with the leadership? That's annoying. That's super annoying. Everyone I know is German. Everybody in this game is German. I'm convinced every player in this game is German. Okay, agility training. What do our Jedi look like? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to look at these Mandalorians real quick. Maybe the real German is the friends we've made along the way. So I would say, well, let me look. I'm assuming you have all your GL ships, right? Okay, you do. I would definitely say that once we stop talking about GL teams, that again, Malicos is worth building. I don't know where he is now. He's hiding somewhere. The fuck did he go? There he is. Malicos is definitely worth building. I would say Maul is a very nice team with Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando, especially in threes. The nice thing is Imperial Super Commando doesn't have any Zetas. Gar has one. I think Maul has three. He's got three of them. So Maul is definitely worth building out. Luthen, I am a convert. Luthen is a very, very, very solid character. And only has one Zeta, which is very nice. I actually did not know that. Yeah, you haven't really worked on this at all. But so again, when it comes to Luthen, there is the Saw team and the Mon Mothma team. I think you need to invest less to make the Saw team work really well. I think you need to invest very heavily in order to make the Mon Mothma team work really well. But Luthen is definitely worth investing in, which would mean investing in Kyle, which would mean investing in Saw, so that you don't have to go too crazy with Mommy Mothma. I will tell you, you've been on this stream. I only caught this because of something I noticed in your roster before, but it is killing me that your Master Qui-Gon is only Relic 7, and I really strongly feel that Relic 9 is non-negotiable for a Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. Like, without any... Without, you don't even need Quad May. I'm assuming you have Quad May because you're at this level of the game. But Relic 9 for Padawan and for Master Qui-Gon, they're a non-negotiable team. So if I had to say anything, you need the Wat Zeta, you need the Seven Sister Zeta, you need Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan at Relic 9. Your third sister needs to be a minimum. Third sister needs to be a minimum of a Relic 7. Hands down, bare minimum, Relic 7. I would honestly take her to at least Relic 8, but bare minimum. In terms of non-GL teams, your Malicos team, Seer, Malicos, Starkiller for now, but the Stranger's going to pull Starkiller away. Maul, very nice with Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando. Luthen with the Saw team is just a really solid team. You're probably going to want to bring Cal Kestis to Relic 7 because of that Seer Malicos team. It works really nicely on that team. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, believe it or not, you already have a lot of that team available to you, or a lot of a team you can use with him available to you because of Peridia Patrol. So I did him as a bet, and then I started using him, and I was like, wow, this is actually really working super well. And I was very pleasantly surprised about that. So that's something to consider as well. But I would probably, other than Duel of the Fates, I would focus on those GL journeys first, because Ahsoka has a great resource event. And also, Hondo will have a really nice resource event. And you're looking way out time-wise. You know, we're looking, because you also have those 2 GL journeys. I know Ahsoka's almost done, but Hondo not as much. You are looking multiple months down the road before all of this is done anyway. And you can creatively use those Lightspeed tokens like we were talking about with Sonics to be able to get some of those characters, the supporting cast characters, to higher levels. Oh, goodness. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's try to get a few more of these done, a few more knocked out. By the way, we hit another brunch goal today. 108 people watching, which is crazy. We don't normally see that. We normally see 60 to 80 or so, which is super nice. Let's pop into Nath's profile. Is Nath, what time is it? It is 2:17. Oh, actually, let's talk Fallen Order first. Fallen Order, here's the deal. They are not bad games at all. They are mediocre games. They're decent games. I did not find either of them to be very interesting. I feel like people loved those games more than they should have, only because EA starved us for cool lightsaber fighting action games for so long. I think that both Fallen Order and Survivor threw so many different aspects of so many different genres into the games that it got muddled and dumb. The skill tree in the first game if you didn't go for lightsaber stuff and you went for the alternative stuff, your character was useless. Don't give me skill trees if I'm useless if I don't go down a specific skill tree. The force powers Cal Kestis has are the most boring possible force powers a character could have in any Star Wars video game possible. The skill tree in Survivor, I stopped upgrading the skill tree about 30% into the game. It was pointless. Collectibles in those games, fucking ridiculous. They made you want to collect hundreds of like lightsaber pieces and ponchos. You can't even see yourself 90% of the game, right? Like you can't see yourself. All of these cosmetics were useless to you, but they threw those into the game. The mapping system is some of the worst mapping system I have ever seen in any game ever. It was so confusing, that mini map. Now, with all of that said, the combat was kind of cool, right? They were not bad games. I just do not think that they deserve the accolade that they should have, that they have gotten. Daniel, I want to see the thirst trap picture. Post it front and center. Just know I am proud of you, man. Doing half a marathon, it is not easy, and most people will not do that in their life. So that is really cool. With all of that said, Nath's account. Whew. Nath's account we have here. Top 20 of your fleet arena, Leviathan and Profundity and some executors. After R1, I got kicked out of the top 20. So he has an executor. Are you coordinating? No. Assault battles are a little bit of a mess. Nothing. I've just finished BKM and Balin. Now I'm a bit lost on what to focus on. Ezra is almost at 315 to 330. I'm going to say this is about a 7 million account. Let's see what it is. 8.2 million and just an executor. Yeah, that's rough. JML, Leia, Sith Eternal. This is gonna be a quick one. Let's look at assault battles real quick first, which I don't do as often anymore because I don't really need to as much. Imperial Troopers, Veers, Stark. So I will say that this can done be, one of the most important things a team, a person can do is getting their. You have Grand Inquisitor can't do Forest Moon at CT1. I find that hard to believe. I know that Third Sister can do it at CT3, but I find it hard to believe that Grand Inquisitor can't do it at CT1. If that's the case, the most important thing is getting all of your assault battles to CT1 because you want to get those Zetas every month. So it kind of hurts that you don't have this. It sucks. I wish I knew where you were on Riva because I don't want to tell you to get these Zetas and you'll need those Zetas. Let's check your guild. Maybe that'll help us. Okay. So a lot of the guild has Third Sister. Yeah, I feel like they should be able to. I definitely feel like they should be able to. All right, so most of your guild does have Third Sister, which tells me that you might have Third Sister fairly soon. So I'm not going to tell you to do the Imperial Troopers thing, but I really strongly feel that your Inquisitors should be able to take out CT1 of this. I'm wondering, you may have to remod for it. I am going to tell you that your understanding of mods is kind of tough, or you've gotten so disgustingly unlucky, because I hate to see, this is now the second character in a row where I saw mostly C6 grade mods. And most of those mods are not even 3 rolls. And some of those mods don't have any speed rolls. So that's probably what the issue is on being AC. Here's another, well, it's not, it's 5A, which is nice. It's better than being 6E. But it's probably more of a modding understanding than anything else. And I would remod the team specifically even just to get Forest Moon CT1 done so that you're getting Zetas every month. Let me just check this. Interesting. Such interesting. No, it's not 1,000 no speed mods, but definitely more of them than I would like. Leviathan. We have Mouse. Do we have Fury class? Well, every once in a while, I'll take a shitty mod to 6E just as a pilot mod because I need a mod for 6E. But for the most part, I really try not to. I really try not to roll mods under 3 rolls to 6E. I'll get drunk and get unlucky sometimes, but I try not to. I think you have Fury class. It's killing me that you are not getting your fleet rank where it should be. It really hurts me to see that. I would right now go for Jabba and start working on Leviathan because you already have Fury class. You have the hardest part of it. You have the other pieces of the square that we've talked about, right? Jedi Master Luke and Leia Organa. Profundity is one of those pieces as well. But I think because you already have Fury class, it makes sense to kind of skip Profundity for now. I would be isolating Jabba to really help your mods out. You can honestly slow farm this stuff. I know that these two, Aura Singh and Kursatan, are Cantina farms, but you just do a couple battles a day while also working on signal data. You could even do most of this farm and then like use the bounty hunter lightspeed token that we're going to get on Kursatan because his gearing is going to be harder than Aura Singh's gearing. But really focus on Jabba. Really focus on Leviathan right now. Predominantly because you need those fleet crystals, and Leviathan is the top end. It's crazy to me to have like Balin and not have those things. But I would definitely isolate Jabba. I would definitely isolate Leviathan. And honestly, while you're there, as you start to finish Leviathan, you might as well get Profundity too. Because then you'll have all of the ships, and that is more important than anything else. Your GAC opponent has 1,000 mods with 0 speed. That's disgusting to me. So again, Jabba, Leviathan, Profundity. That's where you need to go. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I think that that's going to help you out. Modding is more your problem right now than anything else. Really be cognizant of how you're modding things. I would not take anything. You should never take a mod to 6E if it doesn't have speed on it. And really, if a mod only has 2 speed rolls, I'm only taking it to 6E if it has perfect secondaries. It has 11 speed, right? And I'm probably drunk. Let's keep going. What? You're only posting it in my DMs, Dan? Come on. Dude, come on. Pop that in general chat. Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want, Dan. Let's keep going. We're going to try to get through at least one more, maybe 2 more. We'll see. Yeah, I have my thirst trap picture. Let's see. Roster review. We have Ibentmywookie, who I've talked to a few times. Nice guy. 228. 0, 0. Started around launch, but I quit before COVID and came back a year ago. Lightspeed bundle account. Currently using 3x Cantina, 1 regular, 1 fleet. Stupid pirate farms, and 1 mod refresh per day while I hoard crystals for Leviathan. We'll go 3x mods once Leviathan is done. Ah, there's Berm. Hey, Berm. Good morning, buddy. Fleet Shard, all Leviathans. I am on track to unlock Leviathan December event on day 1 while I hoard crystals. Basically a launch shard. Perfect. Beautiful. You need it. I'm in the Fleet Discord and get to 1 every day thanks to Executor and MK6, but it's a slogs and you need a battle refresh, which sucks because you don't get like your full view of it and it takes forever. All CT3 except Tuscans, Loverboys R9, Peridia R7. Okay, you're fine. You're okay. I'm going to R9 Tarkin Scorch for the raid as long as my guild plays ball and gets us to the next crate. Already have the materials to do it, but wait and see for now. Leviathan December unlock based on PG timing for Fury. PH Keo unlock in the new year because I want SR3. Silvo, Brutus need 120 shards each for 7 stars, very close to JML Ray. But I don't think that they get me into Kyber for added crystals versus ROI on PKHO and Pico. Near the end of the Pico farm, I will need to start farming new raid. No idea how I will handle beefing up relics after Delta drops with these new plans. Now, I want to keep in mind that the farming for the new raid is going to probably be very different. So we can't really talk about that at all. Because it's going to end up having to do with the era system. And none of us really understand the era system yet. We don't understand how that's going to work yet. So we kind of, we have to shelf worrying about that. You may be worrying about raid prep while worrying about your legacy roster in tandem. Keep that in mind. Locked in on farms, kind of, but am I crazy to skip Ray and Jedi Master Luke? Fun versus efficiency. Fun? Who has fun? Nope. Sitting on unapplied Lightspeed tokens. For Paz saw if when the BKM Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Lightspeed bundles don't drop by Christmas. PG shards. I don't think we're going to get a BKM Lightspeed bundle, personally, just with all the Mandalorian Lightspeed tokens coming in the new year. PG shards. This is my challenge. Bane unlocks in November. R7 and 3x Omicron's immediately no brainer. Malicos unlocked, but waiting for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Lightspeed bundle for Seer. Don't have a home otherwise. You do need Seer for Malicos. They don't work well by themselves. DTMG Maz unlock in November. Maz will go to R7 3x Omnis to build out a pirate raid team. Riva unlock in January. No GI because of Zeta Dep. Thanks to good against remotes for carrying me. I will relic Omicron Stranger +1 of Ezra Amidala during the Pico journey when they unlock in the spring. I don't know why you need me, man. I don't know why you need me at all. Oh my goodness. Give the people what they want. I don't see why you need me at all. I'm going to say around 11 million. Boom. 11.2 million. Your assault battles are in order. Your lover boys are in order. Pretty Patrols are 7, but that's fine. Everybody has their flaws. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. Only 4 GLs. And we are going for Leviathan, which will be done soon. Can I get my Berm dance tomorrow? Pico, where is GL Pico? Okay, Pico. Let's see about JML. Yeah, listen, I honestly think you are not smart to not finish JML because of how close you are. You are so damn close to him. I understand that he's not in vogue right now, but a lot of people are putting Maz on defense, and Jedi Master Luke with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis work really well against that team. I think leaving something on the table that is this close is not smart. But now, I am going to say this. I understand why you want to do Pico first, and I understand why Leviathan has to come first, and that's fine. Both of those are fine. But you definitely should be short-terming Jedi Master Luke after that. 100%. Just to get it over with, just to get out of the way. Sometimes I use the Jedi Master Luke team just to turn off an Omicron. right? Like, oh, we're fighting Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm turning that Omicron off, right? Make my life easier. It's just something to consider there. You have Profundity, you have Executor. Lord Vader, so close to this too. I think, so you're doing Tarkin Scorch. What are your clones looking like? Okay, so you're doing Tarkin Scorch. You're close to Lord Vader. You're close to finishing those clones. You're close to JML. I would say do Leviathan. Do Pico so you can get your stuff. And because we're already working through that and it has a resource event. Do Lord Vader. Do JML. I would not skip Bane, obviously. Bane is not something that you need to skip. Malicos, even when you get Seer, Malicos is a great team. But I think with everything else, there's a lot more that is worth it to you than doing Malicos in the short term. Maz is kind of tough. Because if you do like Maz with SM33, it can take out Lord Vader's, which is kind of nice. DTMG, I don't think is important for you right now. I wouldn't worry about DTMG right now. I would prioritize GI because you have Riva, and that team is just such a get out of jail free card, right? And I'm assuming you didn't even unlock your third sister. Oh no, you will. You'll have it in 2 months. Okay. It is such a get out of jail free card. It is like an A- team. So I would definitely rethink. Not having Grand Inquisitor. And I would definitely rethink not bringing up Third Sister without having Grand Inquisitor. Omicron Stranger makes sense. Ezra makes sense, but here's the thing. Ezra's really built for Ahsoka or Rey. And if you are bouncing Rey right now, which you're so damn close to, like it doesn't make sense to up Ezra but bounce Rey. I think you just need to bite the bullet. I know that the Zetas will suck. And just unlock the GL that you're close to and start working through that Zeta deficit. And I think that is more important than your conquest characters right now, other than Bane. Unlock Stranger. We want to unlock Stranger. I think he's going to be amazing. But get him unlocked. Wait to see what to do with Zetas, because I have a feeling people are going to put him on defense and he's not going to be great at defense. As for someone asked if D-Revan to R10 as the first one is better for fleet performance, I don't think it's going to make your fleet performance better, but it will make it easier if you want to be lazy. And I like to be lazy. So it is one that I'm considering to R10 for laziness, because Scimitar does not let you auto if you go second, if your speed is not the same. So it's just something to consider. So Ibentmywookie, if I were you, with where you are right now, Leviathan is the most important thing. Man, honestly, if I were you, do you have Ben? Man, you already have Ben. Ben's mods aren't great, but you already have him. Other than, oh, this is not as important. I almost want to say getting Pico is not as important right now. And that you should really bite the bullet on finishing Rey and finishing JML. No, Rey. Rey's the only one that I think is majorly important. But when is... Because you say I will relic Omicron Stranger +1 of Ezra Amidala during the Pico journey. So you don't have him yet. I would say that Ray is the only thing more important than Pico right now. So do Leviathan, Pico. No, Leviathan, Ray, then Pico. Get Ezra up and throw Ezra into your Ray team after that. And then I would bite the bullet and I'd go for my JML and Lord Vader and really try to bring up those teams. Bane is really the only super, super important conquest character in that lot right now. That's where we're going with this. And everybody's giving me the hard ones today. Get the confusing ones. All right, let's try to get one more in here. Let's see. Rikkris Hub. Rikkris Hub. 239. Started a year ago, stopped for a bit, then picked it up again. Ships are a mess, but I'm farming 4 of them at the moment. Currently relicking up for Balin and trying to get Krons on Quadme and Ezra. Not a whale. Wondering if I appear all over the place or not. Thanks for your help. I am in an extremely casual guild. So Riva shards are just something that happens when it happens. Oh, my goodness. This is so weird. You started a year ago, stopped for a bit, picked it up. I don't know how much you've been spending, but you have Quadme and Ezra and Balin. I don't know. I want to say like 8 million for some weird reason. 12. Started year 1. Motherfucker. I thought it said started a year ago, and I was so confused. I was like, what is going on here? This makes much more sense. Okay. You need fleets is what you need. You need to work on fleets. You need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 GL. You need to work on your fleets more than anything else right now. No, you have Executor. You need more than this. You have Fury class. I'm assuming you're waiting for this Profundity event, right? Because I don't think I saw Profundity. So you're waiting for the Profundity event. I think that you need to just bum rush Leviathan. You need to rip the Band-Aid off, get that Leviathan going, reassert your fleet dominance, and then you will be roughly where you need to be. Now, besides Leviathan, your ships don't actually look that bad. I mean, Empire Shuttle, Rebel B-Wing is new, Star Fortress. Yes, Owie, that is exactly what you do. But you need to bum rush Leviathan. Let's see what we're missing here. Oh, that's you. Good morning. So you're here. Leviathan. You need your Leviathan. 1330 away here. And now, again, nice. We were talking about those Lightspeed tokens before, right? You can do Hu Yang and Pato and Sabine with those Lightspeed tokens, which is super nice. Have Leia. That's not who I'm looking for. Pico. Currently relicking up for Balin, trying to get Krons on Quadme and Ezra. Farming 4 of them at the moment. Okay. No, I mean, it's hard to appear all over the place when you're at 12 to 13 million. I will tell you with your guild, if you are looking, like, are you a daily player or are you somebody that doesn't play daily? Because there are definitely guilds in the 500 million range who are also casual. Um, and I think that you're doing yourself a disservice by being in a casual guild as low as the guild you're currently in. You can easily find a guild that'll be like, hey, just platoon deploy, join TW and don't play it at 500 million, who will get you more Reva shards if you need that. So I think you're doing a disservice there. You have this, you have all this stuff. Bottom end. She did call you a turnoff, Brim. J- JML is a turnoff. I just want to look. Okay, so Leviathan needs to be your primary farm right now. I would say. Interesting. So we talked about the Lightspeed tokens earlier, and Sabine and Huyang, and using the Lightspeed tokens we're getting for free on those characters. So I would say Leviathan is your main, like your OG right now, like your big thing. Balin, you can finish Balin, finish relicking him. That's fine. Once you finish that, start working on Ahsoka. Right? And start building up the relic levels of all the Ahsoka characters that you need in that time. And maybe try to avoid Huyang and Padawan Sabine and use their tokens on them if you get to the point where you can. So Huyang's will probably be like February, March. Padawan Sabine's will be in April. So you may end up having to gear them. But I have a feeling that if you work on Leviathan and Balin first, that this should fall right into that timeline. And Ahsoka's new resource event is a really, 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 really solid resource event if you bring her to R9 and it's worth it. Oh man, dude, then yes, you need to find yourself a casual guild at the higher end. And I don't want to speak for any of those guilds. Those people can approach you, but I'm willing to bet that if you were to post on my Discord or on the event server Discord and say, hey, I'm a 12 million player, I play every day, but I'm looking for a more casual experience, you will find plenty of guilds in that 500 to 600 range that will do everything that you need from your guild. Make sense? Da, 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 da. I think that puts you on the right path over the next like 6 months, honestly. Da, da, da. Man, it's getting late. It's almost 3 hours now. Do we do egg draws today? Is that something that should happen? See, Lady Geek's got the connections. I'm just Lady Geek. Ba da da ba da 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 ba. Ba da 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 ba da da da. Have I decided on my first R10? I have a poll up on Discord. You can see our poll on Discord. I'll show it to you if you're curious about it. Where you can vote on my first R10. right? Right now, Jar Jar is in the lead. Marin is in a close second. Everything else is kind of falling behind. So I'm having fun with my first R10. I think we'll do egg draws today. And but I just need a quick break to fill my water cup. And then we will play the egg draws song and do all that fun song and dance stuff. And then we will call it a day. So post your egg draws ideas to Discord now, and while the pizza and porn is playing, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got egg draws, right? We got to do egg draws. Let's pop this onto the screen. Why is it so? Oh, because it's on the Discord thing. Don't worry, we will play the song. Don't worry. Why is it so small? I think I need to change this source back to its original size before we even start, because I screwed this up before. So let's do that, and then we will play the egg draws song. Is there like a reset size button? Nope, it looks like I'm just gonna have to delete the source, add a new source. Pop that here. Throw that down there. All right, and we know what we have to do. So we're going to play our song. Normal, single, subscribe. Let's.
He sought inspiration from mankind's truest arts. Armed with trusty MS Paint, combined the greatest parts. He traveled all the world, went to Japan, France, and Spain. So when the light hits up his screen, we're asking once again, is it a masterpiece that's coming? Is it truly art refined? Or is it just the digital equivalent of shit we find? Egnards draws.
I like to believe that in my headcanon, right before I hit the button, I saw Waddles had said, "Hey, I love your content, just became a member." To which I was going to say, "Hey, man, I appreciate that." But now on my screen it says retracted. So in my head canon, what that tells me is that he did the YouTube membership, saw Egnards draws, and said, "Nope, I'm fucking out." I don't think that that's the truth, but it's just the funnier way to think of things. Um, so Waddles, I appreciate it if that is not the truth. Do we have any? I don't see any egg draws suggestions here. I asked all of you guys to think of egg draws suggestions. How are we supposed to do egg draws without egg draws suggestions? R10 Queel. Is that how you say his name? Queel. That's your egg draws suggestion. I mean I don't know how to draw relic. Um, oh my god, drawing him is going to be interesting. I think I could do it. We did. We drew. Didn't we draw the stranger coming out of the water or something? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, we did the stranger. See, we did this like 3 weeks ago. I kind of like the idea now of drawing Queel. So you guys are all SOL. I have this nice picture of him right here. I don't really know how to do this. Fuck. I hate egg draws. Egg draws is the worst. Uh, no, I'm just screwing with you, Waddles. I appreciate it. It was just a funny happenstance of circumstances. Okay, so we got. Let's see. We're gonna do like. Like that, I think. So he's made out of bread. And thinking I need circles. I need circles with no fill. Perfect. Circles with no fill. No fill. Fuck fill. And inside of that fill is like a reddish brown. Damn it. Reddish brown. And we've got like a connecty thing in between them. And this kind of goes down here. And there's some brown in here. He's got very small eyes. No, those are too big. I guess I have to do the eyes manually. Let me draw the nose first, maybe. Uh, Let's... Man, this guy is starting to look like Pedo Bear. Black. Little green. Got green eyes. Uh, he's got this weird circle cap thing on the side of his head. Gets a little bit darker. Little bit darker. Then it goes back to the silver. Like a muted pink for the... Something like this for his mouth. White wispy hair. Well, I need to give him like clothes first. This is like a brownish gray. This is more of a brownish orange. I don't know how to, there's like this whole patterning going on here, which I'm not going to be able to do justice for. So we're going to call that a day on his clothes because I just can't even do an orange in the background so that I can get some of his hair going. And then we have this thing on this side again. Listen, I I've never said I was good at this. That's the whole point of egg draws. There we go. There's Queel in all of his glory. I happen to think that it is a pretty good representation of him. Right? I think it's good. I think it's all right. Whether it's good or not, I do have to go. I do have things to do today. I still have my brother here. We have football today. Um, I have a table that I need to take apart because nobody wants it and it needs to go into my basement um, until whenever. Um, when are you going to draw quill and not just rip an image from the internet? Professional quality. There's no such thing as professional quality on an Egnard stream. We don't do professional quality. We take pictures and we try to recreate them. Has Meat ever commented egg draws? No, as far as I am aware, Meat is not aware of egg draws. But with that said, there's nobody playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on Twitch, so we have nobody to raid out to do. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you see some interesting things coming from me in the next couple days. And if you are on YouTube right now and you did not subscribe, then you're dumb, and I